Hi everyone and welcome to Tech Talk, a weekly mini video series talking tech topics. Today I am joined by Raz Shuty, who is a Director of Engineering at Delivery Hero. Hi Raz. Hey, thanks for joining. So Raz has been on the panel at one of our events before, talking tech stacks, and he also co-hosts a podcast called Tech Point Charlie. For those who haven't listened, I will share the details in the comments. You should definitely check it out. But today we're going to talk about diversity within engineering teams. This is a subject that Raz feels really passionate about, and it's no secret that diversity and inclusion within engineering teams is an issue. So Raz, how have you as a hiring manager tried to tackle this in your recruitment process?
That's a very good question. So basically, I think, I don't know, I always try to think of things as from where they stem and how to proceed with that. So we, here at least in the group that I'm managing, we try to look at how first we post job advertisement. Mm-hmm. Instead of like our dream candidate, we actually started thinking about what is the minimum that we're actually willing to settle for. And instead of like shooting for the sky, we are like saying, what is really the minimum demand that we want, and everything else is a plus. Mm-hmm. We also thought about how we phrase stuff. So we use gender decoder, for example, as a tool to go over our ads and just tell us if there are some words that are working for one gender but not the other, or like, so we try to actually have our job advertisement to be as engaging for both genders and all different cultures. So something that can actually help us write something that isn't, making some people not wanting to apply for no reason, people that we would actually love to hire.
Yeah.
That was phase one. And after we did that, we also started thinking about our interview process. So we realized, for example, that sending home exams is not a good thing for working moms.
Yeah.
The reason is working moms, basically, they sadly, because of the reality that we live in today, they mostly need to take care of also their family, and they're looking for another job. So if they're applying for 4 or 5 positions, and they need to take care of kids or something, because the reality of the world is that sadly it happens, it falls mostly on moms and dads, then they don't have time to actually do an exam, right? Like they don't have time to spare 2-3 hours times how many jobs they applied for. And in a reality where other companies are not doing that, then they will prioritize those opportunities over us.
Yeah.
And we kind of brought this concept of talking about this and thinking about it. It was mostly something that I did before at Wikimedia, where we brought a huge panel of people where we completely diverse, women, men, different seniority level, coming from different countries. And we actually kind of talked about all the things that we put and how it actually affects other people. So even juniors, for example, told us how they felt about something they felt that wasn't right for them. And we created like a nice kind of process where we mostly removed home exams. We thought about how to do more a question that is building up, that is about pairing. And it's not pairing where someone is judging, it's more like conversational, talking about past projects and stuff people actually like. So it's about more tackling the artifact of the job and not imaginary, problem that you need to solve because algorithms or something silly. That's basically how we try to tackle that from the process perspective.
Cool. And how did that go for you guys? I know when we spoke, you mentioned that you had a few female devs on your team. So maybe you could tell us a little bit more about kind of what that resulted in for you.
Yeah, we had I think I wouldn't say it's a great result. Like I joined basically to a group. We kind of hired a whole lot of people. We are currently at around 30%. I mean, not at around, exactly 30% of our group are women. Where from when we changed it, our hiring actually was more around 35% women. So we also had some people before. And it wasn't never the intent to prefer women. It was more about how to actually engage more with women
Yeah.
and underrepresented groups to apply. Because the process in the end, it's a black box. I am, at the end of it, I'm sort of a rubber stamp. People come in, I just sign off on the hiring. And what we realized by changing all those topics, those changes, actually reaching out for women exclusively, posting places for where in groups that women are there and the jobs are inviting. Women applied more. And then when we compared candidates to candidates, we chose the best candidate, man or woman. And it actually led us to have we have 30% women currently devs in our tribe, which is awesome. It's still not perfect. It should be 50-50, but I think it's
a bigger problem though. Yeah,
yes.
for sure. Cool. And what about the nationality split? How are you guys kind of split?
Oh, we are all over the place. That's I think this is maybe the cool part of Delivery Hero, because we have a budget also to relocate people. So we can go all over. I think I hardly think we have three people from the same nationality. We have very minimally two. We always make fun that we have one German in German company, and one Israeli. We have like the ones of every country basically. I think we have three of the same nationality. That's basically the max. So it's kind of interesting, and we are all really diverse. We're a diverse crowd. It's not just like European-based kind of place. I think we have some people from North America, from India, from South America. So we are really all over. I myself is Middle Eastern, and so on.
Cool. Sounds good. Perfect. What about in terms of the outside the recruitment process? What ways do you think companies can support diversity and inclusion?
I mean, firstly, I think not to be afraid to actually touch it. Like just to acknowledge that there is a problem and mention that's already a huge deal. If you go to a place where people are engaging in it, and even if they're trying stuff out, if it's working or not, it's a different topic, but at least they're trying to do something about it. That's already great. To feel like you're a part of a place is where a place is taking steps to make you feel that, even if those things, I don't know, might not work 100% of the time. I mean, it's not that everything we tried worked well, but the fact that we acknowledge that and we take responsibility is part of it. I think, for example, minor things that tech managers should do, or at least could do, is to drop the guys. I mean, I know everyone is using it, and I kind of asked on Twitter about that. And I know some women who are actually completely fine with that, but it's not all. And you can just use all, or hey here, or like team, right? Like you can just drop this non-inviting word, for example. And these are minor things that we can do. Like if we talk about our developers and we say he, that's also something of a problem, right? Like it's super easy to just add he or she, or just third person and say the developer, right? Minor things, addressing the problems, I would say, and like just discussing it honestly. I think that the worst things or worst examples I've seen are places who claim they're doing something well because they use it for marketing perspective. But then when you join in, the reality is not that. It's not really inclusion. It's not. It's something that they try to post on their advertisement. They do what I kind of mentioned. But when you come in and you join, it's not the case. So it's also back up your words. Like if you're claiming to be that, then back it up and make the extra effort. Create groups for women in tech, for example, in your organization, so they can also kind of share how they feel, listen to them. Yeah, all those type of things are, I don't know, small, but they are also huge at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. I think you kind of answered what I was going to ask you next, so we can wrap up there.
Sorry about that.
It's good. It saves me asking 2 questions. But yeah, so yeah, thanks for joining, Raz. As mentioned, I'll share your link to TechPoint Charlie. Is there anything else you want me to share with anyone?
I don't know. Well, I'm also part of a nice meetup in Berlin called Tech Herding for people all over it's mostly for Berlin, but also people are not from Berlin because now with COVID, it's basically remote. I think it's really nice. It's people who are interested in leadership that is not necessarily management to come and talk about different topics about that. So That could be cool.
Cool. Yeah, I'll also share that, and then your details for LinkedIn and Twitter. So if anyone wants to reach out to you, they can as well. But yeah, thanks for sharing your thoughts on that. I think it's really great what you guys have started there, and hopefully this is a change that other companies can start to implement as well.
Fingers crossed.
Thanks, Raz. Thanks for joining. Thanks. See you later.